Welcome to my channel, Bumzibi Beauty. If you are new to my channel, my name is Juliana. In today's video, I'm going to be playing with two of Natasha Denona's palettes. One of them is Zendo palette and the second one is the Glam Face palette. So I'm going to be doing a full look with these two palettes. So these are the two palettes together. This is the Zendo palette and this is the Glam Face palette. I kind of pulled this one in this look because it's got like dark browns in it. Plus the browns in this palette are powder formula, as opposed to the brown in this one, which is the cream to powder formula. This one, the one brown in it is the cream to powder formula. Also, I want a variety of browns. Really, I didn't just want one brown because this is only Goa. That's more or less like orange, and technically this is the only brown in the palette. So I thought it would be a good idea to use the two of them together. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, now let's get into the look. Alright, starting with this orange, I'm going to put that all over my crease. I'm just kind of tapping down. Natasha's formula can be quite funny sometimes, so taking my time and tapping down the shade. Alright, now tilting my head a bit backwards so I can reach right into my crease. Again, I'm just tapping my brush, so I'm not blending or moving my brush in a wiper motion yet. I want all my base set first before I do any of that. One thing I will say for this shade is it builds up nicely. So it started quite, I want to say medium tone. As I continue to kind of like build the shade, it's turning very dark orange. Yeah, really nice. Like, I'm going to blend on top of that orange by going in with this shade. Now if it's too light, because it's quite different, if it's too light I'm going to mix it with this, but I want to try it on its own first. So what I'm just going to do is kind of lay down the shade on the edge of that first shade I applied, the dark orange. So just patting and pulling, patting and pulling. Oh wow, that's pigmented as well. So patting and pulling. Again, I'm not blending yet. My method of patting kind of more or less blends the shade at least halfway, so that when I go back to blend, it's easier for me to blend the shadows out. As you can see, it's kind of disappearing into that dark orange. Now that my base is set right on my crease, I'm going with that darker orange, and now I am going to blend the two together. So now I can move my brush in a swiping motion, if you like. Okay, next I'm taking this shade, this lightest orange in the palette, using the same brush I used to pick that one up. So I'm picking this one, and I'm going to use that to further blend out the medium tone orange. So just laying that right on top and start using into my brow bone. So just patting right on top of that medium tone orange. Okay, the darkest orange I use is called Vega, then the medium tone I use is called Relief, and this lightest orange is called Calm. So just in case you are following along or you want to use the palette as well. So just using Calm and laying it on top of Relief, and then back into Relief. Bring that back on the crease, and finally back into Vega, intensify that back. So we're blending is always back and forth. Yeah, I'm not a master at blending. I just kind of use my own method, so whatever works for you really. Okay, going into Calm, I'm going to use that on the outer part of my lid first, then go back into Relief. So just smoothing out the outer edge, because I don't want the brown shade I will use later to kind of like get into the outer edge of my lid. Now first darkening the outer corner with Vega, the darkest orange. I'm just going to pull that towards the outer corner of my eye. Okay, next going into Vega with a more or less flat brush, and I'm going to build my lower lid with the orange shade. I'm going to go over it a little bit, especially with the outer corner with the brown, but for now I just want the orange. Yeah, it's really nice. Right now going into Relief with the medium tone orange, again with another flat brush. I'm going to put that in the inner part of my eyes. Yeah, towards my tear duct, and I'm taking it on the top part of my lid as well. So just patting down. Nice, gorgeous. That shade is really beautiful. Alright, turning that same brush on its side, I'm taking Calm, which is the lightest orange, and I'm going to pat that in the center of my lid. The reason why I'm using this one is so that the shimmer shade I use on my lid can pop more. So I don't want to put a darker matte. I want to use a lighter one, so it can reflect the shade of the shimmer more. Alright, I'm okay with the orange and blend for now. So it's now time to use the browns. Now I don't know what the intensity of these shades are going to be, so I'm going to try this brown first, and then if it's not dark enough, I'm going to move into the middle one. So the first one I'm picking up is called Crease, and then the one I might go for is called Smoke. Alright, using crease on the lower part of my crease. So just patting down. I wasn't expecting it to be this dark. Seems to be doing the job. And now I might have to go for Smoke right at the outer corner. But this one is good for now. I'm going with a little bit of that shade on the lower lid. So towards the outer corner. Just stamping it on top of that darkest orange gem to give it more dimension. So I'm going to go a little bit higher on my crease now, tilting my head backwards. So this is the best way to kind of get the upper part of my crease without getting muddy, because I've got wooded eyes. So this way I can kind of see, you know, right inside that crease. Yeah, like that. I can see that in the mirror. Okay, before I go into Smoke, the darkest brown, I'm just going to blend this one with the darkest orange. So I'm just blending this out. Alright, it's time to go into Smoke. So I'm only going to use a little bit because, I mean, the crease brown one already did the most of the job. So I'm just literally laying this down on the outer corner, right at the edge. And I'm also going to stamp it right on the edge of my lower lash line. So I'm not taking it anywhere near, just right on the edge, right in that corner. Yeah, I think it looks dark enough. So I'm just going to finesse the blending, and we're going to move on to shimmers. Yeah, I am satisfied with the matte, I think, because I mean, when I apply the shimmer, it's going to kind of need more blending with the matte. I mean, at least blending the matte into the shimmer. But for now, I like how it looks, so it's time for shimmers. Alright, first of all, going into Sense, which is like a, I want to say burgundy pinkish shade. I'm going to use that on the outer part of my lid just to blend in better with the brown. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going for Luster. It's like a gold shade. That's the best way I can describe it. So putting that right next to the first shade I applied. Yeah, the first one is called Sense. Can't remember if I mentioned it. So just tapping this golden one in Luster. Yeah, that's the name of the golden one. So I'm going to go back with a brush, but for now just using my fingers to blend. Now taking Luster onto a flat brush, that's the golden shade, and using that for the inner part of my lid, just so I can get a precise application. And also kind of using it to cut my crease. Just pulling right in the center of my crease. Alright, to blend the two shades together, I'm going for this orange shimmer here, because they're kind of very different. Dark, I want to say wine pink with golden shade. Yeah, so this one is orange and it's called Aura. I'm going to put that in between those two shades just to give you some sort of bit of a pulling together color. And just tapping it into the between those two shades. Alright, for my inner corner, I'm going with this shade. And it's called Yama. I'm going to put that both on my lower lid and the upper bit of my lid, the inner corner. So it's going both up and down. So this is like a, I want to say a golden shade, but with orange flecks in it. So it's going to like pull the look together. And then to blend that gold shade to my lower lid, I'm going back to that orange aura. So I'm going to lay that down between the matte and the lighter shimmer shade to kind of blend it in better. Okay, because I always like right in the center of my tear duct to have greatest pop, I'm going with this, I want to say silver pink. I don't know, but this is what it looks like. I'm going to put that right in the center of my tear duct. You see, it makes a difference. It gives that corner the greatest pop, and then slightly blending it into the golden shade, just so that it doesn't look like it's on its own. And then lastly, because I'm not satisfied with that pop, I'm going with the highlighter shade. It's called Star Glow, and I'm going to put that right on top of the shade I've just applied in my inner corner. At that, see, that makes all the difference. Alright, to tidy up my outer corner, I'm going in with crease shade from the Glam palette. Just gonna make sure that that's blended in with the shimmers. And then finally into Vigor, just gonna make sure that the edges are as clean as possible in terms of blending. Okay, I'm satisfied with the shimmers and the mattes, so I'm going to apply my waterline liner, and I'm going to use a liner on my lid, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to use a brown or black yet, but I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back to show you the finished look. So I couldn't help myself with the liners. I tried to stop myself, but I don't know, something was just not gelling. I needed some sort of something extra to kind of bring out this look, so I ended up with liners. Okay, initially on my lips I had the Makeup by Yolondo lipstick in class, which was sort of like a reddish look. I mean, you would have seen my lipstick before I went to finish my look, but after completing my look I felt like it needed more I want to say more fallish kind of impact on my lips, so I added Mcgrath, I think it's called McMenamy. Yeah, it's called McMenamy. I'll put the product I use in the description section like I always do. But yeah, so I had to put McMenamy all over it, and it kind of gave it like a deeper look, which I kind of like. I'm digging that. For my waterline, I went for Slay Ready Cosmetics gel liner in orange peel, and that's what that looks like. So that's like pure orange. I've been waiting for a look to use this in my waterline, because orange is not an easy color to put in waterline. Well, especially for me, it makes me kind of look a bit sickly, but I think for this look is so much appropriate. Yeah, so I'm so excited I got a chance to put this in my waterline. And then on my eyes I used 3 liners. So I eventually went for a brown liner. I didn't go for a black one because I thought it would be too odd. I'm just gonna put the brown liner. So that's the brown liner on my lid, and then on top of that I put on a white liner. So all of the liners I used today are from Slay Ready Cosmetics. Then right in my crease, you probably won't be able to see it, I put an orange one. Yeah, so it's like a pumpkin kind of orange. It's not like an orange in your face like this one, so you probably won't be able to see, but I felt better putting it in my crease because it kind of defined the cut crease. Golden shimmer I put on my crease. Yeah, so this is the look up close. Yeah, that orange in my crease on top of the golden shimmer, I sort of think that orange, it kind of put more focus on the lid shimmer. You can see the brown liner was so much of a better choice as opposed to a black liner, and then the white just made it pop more. Yeah, so these are the swatches of the liners up close, and this is the one I put in my waterline, the gel liner. So that's everything I used to complete this look. Now this is the first time I'm using the Glam Face palette on my eyes. I've been using the blush, you know, as a blush. I didn't use the highlighter on my cheeks because it's just too icy. So that is the blush, but this is the first time I'll be using the shadows in a look. So I enjoyed all the shade I used. I think I used, what, 3 shades today. I used that one, and that one. So basically all the ones on this side, that. The only 2 I didn't use today are this. Everything I've used in that palette so far I love. Yeah, so it's not an official review of the palette. I'm just telling you my opinion after using the palette. And again, this is the first time possibly I have used concentrated on just the orange shade today, and again I enjoyed it. I mean, you saw the shadows on my eyes, and I used my normal Plouise base Although for today I did mix Rumo Base 3 and Rumo Base 2 together. I just put a little bit of Rumo Base 2 slightly on my lid on top of the Rumo Base 3. And it was because I knew I was going to use the light orange shade. But I don't think it needed that because the shadows were really pigmented. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to kind of build well so much. I mean, you saw when I first started using it, it was like laying down orange, but the more I kind of built it, it went really dark orange. So I really love that. Yeah, so I enjoyed creating this look today. I didn't think I would, really. I really didn't think I would. I want to try using browns without orange. I sort of knew that I had to kind of ease myself into the neutral look with an orange, so I knew I was going to use orange today, but I really want to try like a completely neutral look without orange, just your browns and your cream shades. Yeah, I would love to try that. But for this look today, I totally enjoyed it. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me and you've enjoyed watching me create this look. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you on this platform. And until next time, I'll see you.